Morning, everyone, and welcome to the pre-recorded briefing for Sunday, the 13th of August. So this low pressure system's moving in towards us, although it does appear to be dissipating a little bit. This trough line that was painted on the chart yesterday was over us pretty much, but it's now showing on the midday chart more towards the eastern part of the country, which means our weather should be a little bit more settled than we otherwise thought it was going to be. Isobars not quite as tightly packed as they were yesterday, so bringing in westerly winds by the looks of it. Looking ahead to tomorrow, well, that low pressure sat right over the top of us with fronts and trough lines around, so probably not the best tomorrow, but Tuesday looking like a reasonable day. Sat in a pretty slack area just after this cold front's gone through, so should be a reasonable air mass for Tuesday. Spot winds today, about 20 knots at flying height, about the direction of 230 by the looks of it. And SatPic is showing a pretty cloudy outlook at the moment, although a lot of the forecasts are showing that should hopefully be lifting a little bit. And the rain radar is picking up spots of rain pretty much all over the country, not actually a lot in the Lasham area. And the forecast is showing really scattered showers all day, so fairly likely to catch a few showers at times. Going into the afternoon, looks like it does actually dry out a bit. It's late afternoon and looks like we're okay in the Lasham area, so probably more this morning, a couple of showers around. Public forecast is showing much the same, with some forecast showers this morning, and then just sunny intervals this afternoon, showing a top temperature of 20 degrees and that wind from the southwest. GFS is showing 20 to 21 degrees, with dew point set at about 13, so there's a nice bit there. And the current view outside is a little bit damp by the looks of it, reasonably low cloud base, but that should be working its way up as the sun gets to the ground. Current temperature is 16 with dew point set at 13. And Dave Masson is very optimistic for today. He's saying it's good for 200 to 300 kilometres, which if we can get to the good areas, then maybe 300 to 500 kilometres. He's saying here 2,500 foot cloud base soarable by 11 this morning, and then 4,500 to 5,000 feet this afternoon. So he's quite optimistic for a nice day. Interestingly, Top Meteo doesn't seem to agree with that. It's showing absolutely nothing in the Lasham area, with spots of soaring around, but certainly not several hundred kilometres. We look at thermals. It's showing going by 11 or 12 to about 2,000 feet, going ahead a few more hours to about 3,000 feet, but it's picking up a lot of spread out here. Potentially 3,500 feet, but this is 4 o'clock and it's showing cumulus with still some spread out around. Your site forecast for today shows weak thermal starting at 11 to about 2,500 feet, and then just over 3,000 feet by 2 p.m. onwards. But as I mentioned, it does show to be very weak on here, so it depends which forecast you want to go by. Farnborough's latest observation was broken clouds of 1,500 feet, a wind from the southwest, and the forecast is for that to rise to 1,500 feet, then 2,500 feet. They've got a tempo in here this afternoon for rain showers, and a prop 30 for some more rain showers and some lower cloud. Okay, no TAMs, nothing to affect. There's loads of these avoid flying areas. I think they're for powered aircraft only. That shouldn't apply to us. 14 there is our no TAM, and the other ones around are other gliding competitions. There's really not a lot in the area today. So operationally, we're assuming the comp is going to go. So the club launch point would be set up on the north side grass here, with aero towing in the direction of 27. As we have been doing with the comps so far, in this setup, we'll put a little cone here, and we'd like gliders to be positioned to the south of that. That gives plenty of room for manoeuvring gliders in between the launch queue and the launch point, and it also gives safe clearance for the tugs that are parked on the north side here. If for some reason it follows Top Meteo's forecast and it isn't particularly soarable and the comp scrubs, then we will set up winching, most likely on runway 23. That'll be a standard setup. But for now, we're assuming the comp is going to go. And just a reminder for those that may not have been here before, club flying during competitions, it's aerotow only. For the winch current pilots and pilots under instruction in Lasham gliders, we have a reduced rate aerotow that's £25 to 1,500 feet. Otherwise, it's normal rates. We ask people to do circuits of the north side grass where possible. If you land on the south side, especially if the grid is going, there may be a delay before we can get to you. The comp will launch at some point from 11 a.m. onwards. Very hard to predict when they're going to go today. Depends how good the day ends up being. Likely not until at least midday. And during that time, we'll suspend club launching for about an hour or so. If you are flying at that time, be aware there will be lots of gliders around, so keep a good lookout. And then later on in the afternoon, when they're all coming back, they'll be potentially approaching straight in from the west, so not doing a normal circuit. Okay, so should be a nice day. See you out there. Bye for now.